We've got new characters out in Another Eden: Laclair Alter, Dewey ACAS, Hismena Stellar Awakened, Velette AS, Myris, plus a bunch of older characters and paid banners. Who should you get? It's David Wowee. How you going? Let's start with the basics. If you're an endgame veteran player who has most of the characters already, like, sub, and then skip every banner and wait until they announce Ensemble. Also, the game has recently announced a new weapon manifest system. Stay tuned for my video on that. And I do paid pulls once in a while. I share them with my super members, so sign up to be a super member if you want to see content like that. Now that's out of the way, let's start with the important stuff. During the time of recording this video, the free Myris and Velette Another Style banners only have 2 days left to go. I've done a full guide on Velette AS, check it out, but in summary, Velette AS is a thundering stance setting damage dealer who at the same time shreds your enemy's defenses and can also regularly heal your team. Her sidekick, Guns Another Style, can heal a team as well and restore statuses and remove debuffs while also improving your Another Force. Myris, on the other hand, is an Earth-type magic user who at the same time can heal the party too. She's recently gotten a Stellar Awakening, which can make her a pretty good healer. She gives the team a crit rate buff, a debuff reversal skill, and restore all statuses. On top of that, she can revive the whole team. That being said, Myris, even with her little updates, still feels a bit power crept and won't be very impressive in endgame. If you had to pick between both, who should you pick? First, I'd ask myself, what are you lacking more? A newer Thunder support and hybrid damage dealer, or a power crept Earth support and hybrid damage dealer, and choose accordingly. I would personally lean towards Velette AS hard if you don't have any version of Velette yet, especially as you do get a sidekick. But if you already do have Velette normal style and don't have Myris whatsoever, it may be worth investing in her as she's probably due for an extra style and alter at some point in the future, and having her will allow you to side grade easier. And you know, if your Earth team is kind of weak and need someone like Myris, you may want her, but who knows. And with a new weapon manifest system out, there may or may not come a time where Myris can redeem herself. Tier list wise, most of the people I've spoken to would rate Velette AS much higher than Myris Stellar Awakened. If you want either of them, now's your chance, but remember, they're free banners, so there's no guarantee you'll get them. Next, let's look at Laclair Alter, aka Selfless Seeker Laclair, with the two big, bouncy, massively distracting orphan kids. Think of her as an earth-piercing damage dealer and support who can set and awaken piercing flash dance. She has some decent attack all enemy style earth-piercing attacks that can debuff enemies at the same time, and a stellar skill can also heal your team, and during stellar burst, it can give everyone singular focus, which is great. The only thing is, she's only really good if you have a pure piercing team with you, and generally, at least until now, there are typically more benefits for elemental focused teams rather than attack focused teams, especially a pure piercing team. If you don't know the difference between elements and attack types, check out my recent beginner's guide after this video. Should you try and get Laclair Alter? If you've got absolutely no decent earth or piercing characters, she can be a good start, but don't expect a mind-blowingly awesome broken new character. That being said, if you do want to start building a piercing team, next we have Hismena, who recently got a Stellar Awakening. Hismena is a water piercing unit, and with a recent Stellar Awakening, it looks like they turned her into a counter-attack character, but only sort of. She'll inflict rage on enemies and counter with a learn skill, but there's no real factor with how it's set up. At this point in the game, I'm going to have to say I wouldn't put much effort into trying to get her. If you had money, you can aim for the paid Brionac banner where you can get Hismena guaranteed. And the reason you'd want her, since she is guaranteed, is you can work to upgrade her Alter version, who to this day is a solid water slash unit if you set her up properly. I could just tell these two units, Laclair Alter and Hismena Stellar Awakened, weren't going to be broken because there wasn't an entire stream dedicated to announcing them. The last option, if you're looking to get a newer unit, is Dewey Alter Another Style, aka Dewey ACAS. I did a whole guide on him, but the bottom line is he can be a very complicated one-shot damage dealer or a decent support unit for crystal and fire teams, and you can actually tweak him to work with any element. But watch the guide for more information. So out of all the new units, who would I personally pick? If I was a brand new player, I'd pick either Velette Another Style or Dewey ACAS. I'd watch my guides to get a better feel for each though. Both these characters' kits can be a bit of a headache to understand, so if you just wanted a straight, simple, straightforward damage dealer, maybe you would want Laclair Alter. Just don't expect someone super broken. But that being said, she'll still be an okay unit for a new person's team. But if I was only interested in newer units and I wasn't a whale and had limited chronostones, I would wait for the upcoming ensemble, which will most likely will feature updates to old characters, and based on past ensembles, I'm wishing they'll give us a brand new normal style character. Hopefully that new character will look great and be broken and probably wear a thigh belt or be Hismena Another Style. At the very least, these ensemble characters will get a dedicated stream, meaning they should at least be better than average. Hopefully, please be good. Now lastly, if you had some money, are any of the current paid banners worth it? If we go back to the paid Brionac banner, getting Hismena guaranteed might be worth it for a long-term investment where you can side grade her to her other styles in the future, and you get a 10% chance of getting Yakumo AS, Melody AS, and CL Alter. Yakumo AS and Melody AS are great pulls, but you only get a 10% chance of winning either of them on the 10th pull, so I wouldn't pay for this banner with the hopes of getting either. There are 3 paid Stellar Shine banners where if you get the featured characters on the banners, they'll be Stellar Awakened, which is cool, but what's not cool is that you only get a 5% chance of pulling them on the 10th pull. I mean, you're paying for these banners. It would be great if they gave you an actual fair chance of getting them rather than just 5%. There's a paid Seasoned Warriors Earth Encounter banner where you do get one of these characters guaranteed. They're old school characters that don't need to be Stellar Awakened. The only ones I would probably hope for are Shannon Alter, Claude ES, and Tuva Alter. Claude ES is my favorite out of these 3 and still works very well with the latest characters. And these characters will actually work great with your Laclair Alter, which probably explains why this banner exists in the first place. There's a paid Lapis Heroes Edition banner where you get a 10% chance of pulling one of these Giga Chads on the 10th pull. I would personally want to get Oboro, Yakumo AS, or Dewey ACAS in this banner, but once again, none of these husbandos are guaranteed, so you'll be straight up gambling for husbando happiness. There's also a Seasoned Warriors support banner where you get one of these supports guaranteed. I'd be happy to get Dewey Alter, Mariel ES, and Yuna Another Style, all who can hold up in certain battles, especially Yuna AS, who are still used today. And that's it! As for me, I won't be pulling for Laclair Alter and will be saving my very few stones for the upcoming ensemble, which will hopefully feature Samora's dad, or maybe your mum.